Welcome to CEO Money. I'm Michael Yorba. Thanks for joining with us. I have Doug Heske, Newday Impact Investing, on the show with me today. Doug, welcome to the show.
Michael, thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
I'm glad you're here too. We've got a lot of action in your space, and I wanted to drill down right away into what it is that you're doing. So what is Newday Investing?
Yeah, there's no question about it. There's an awful lot of things going on in the space today. It's quite exciting. So Newday Investing is a digital advisor impact investment and education organization. And one of the things that we really love talking about, and what really drove us to create the business, was this idea of thinking about utopia for the future. And it's a really exciting time to be thinking about all of that, as there are a vast array of companies that are working on some really exciting disruptive technologies that wed profit with purpose today to solve many of the global challenges that we're facing, not just today, but will be facing over the coming decades.
It was about 6 years ago I started to first hear the term impact investing from some pioneers in this industry, and ever since then it's finally started to take on a life of its own, and it's really starting to take off. So you actually went the next step, and you're launching an app that's focused in this. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, so we get questions all the time as to why Newday started with a mobile application as opposed to a web-based app. And the primary reason to do that is that there is this massive generation of younger people today, defined as millennials, defined as Gen Zs, that care more about this issue of sustainability than anything else, that want to wed their consumer purchasing decisions, their investments, their financial decisions alongside their values. Mm-hmm. And so this generation of individuals is going to amount to 1 of every 3 adults by 2020. They will represent approximately 40% of consumer purchasing power in the U.S. over the course of the next couple of years. And that's really exciting to think about, because it gives us an opportunity to think about driving transformational change in the way that they think and how they're making decisions going forward.
Tell me about the app. How does it work?
So the application, quite similar to a lot of other digital advisory organizations, will take a new user through this needs-based risk assessment process. But in addition to that, one of the unique things is that we have built a process whereby we're testing for sentiment around values. So things like clean water, ocean welfare, climate action, animal welfare, and things like that. So we're really trying to get a better understanding as to what personally the individuals, the users in the Newday system care about. And so after going through that process, they're directed to a professionally managed, institutionally oriented set of investment strategies that are essentially mapped to those values that they've identified.
I can really get behind this. I come from a long line of family members who've been in the agricultural industry, well, in this country for at least well over 200 years, but I personally have made a living as a commercial fisherman and as a rancher. And I'm totally behind this new form of investment. I think it's finally come of age. So let me open that up a little bit more, because you were just starting to go down this road about the types of industries users can invest in, and how you help them make a difference and form their decisions based on better information that you bring to the surface. Well, bring that up to me. I want to hear more about that.
Sure. So we've spent an enormous amount of time talking to a target audience of younger people today. Mm-hmm. And what we've come to understand is that we can talk about this broad cause of sustainability, and it's not necessarily something that resonates individually, but when we talk about these issues around ocean health, mm-hmm. around clean water, around poverty and hunger, each one of those issues is something that individuals do care about. So what we've done is we've taken a deep look at the UN Sustainable Development Goals, and we've chosen a set of goals as defined by the UN and mapped investment strategies against those. So we gather this enormous piece of data associated with organizations that provide environmental, social, and governance data. We synthesized that data, normalized that data, and have created a pool of securities from which we draw from that are all embracing essentially this idea of investing in publicly traded organizations that are making change in our world. And we narrow that further based upon the individual UN SDG. And I think an important thing to note is that you wouldn't find in any one of our portfolios an organization that was doing great work, as an example, in the ocean health space, but failing on gender equality. So they all have to broadly meet this test of positive practices and policies and demonstrating that on a day in and a day out basis through their behavior in their respective communities.
Good. I like those points that you bring out. I think that that's going to resonate well. How many users do you have now?
So as of this last Friday, we were a little more than 2,000. We've been in the open market today, first with an iOS app. Our Android application is launching in the next several weeks, and we'll have a web-based application that launches after the first of the year. We're getting extraordinarily high conversion rates from users into accounts today, which we're quite excited about. And we can feel this building momentum in the platform as people understand more about the work that we're doing.
What about the future? Anything else beyond new apps?
Absolutely. And one of the things I think that oftentimes gets misconstrued about the work that we're doing is that we're much more than a delivery mechanism for sustainable and impact investment product. We have three core pillars as a part of our platform. We brand those under getting involved, getting informed, and getting invested behind these issues that people care about. And so we're doing an enormous amount of education across the higher academic institutional area, across college campuses and universities all over the states. We are building engagement tools whereby our individual users can really get involved in a number of these issues and have some really exciting things planned for next year. So we're in the process of building a socially responsible savings account that our users will be able to hold cash deposits in a federally insured savings institution. We're building in a voting mechanism whereby we're trying to deliver issues or deliver an opportunity for our users to understand issues of materiality relative to the companies that we hold in these portfolios so that they actually have a vote in the boardroom on how companies are conducting themselves on an ongoing basis.
That's going to be engaging. You're onto something here.
Thank you. We're very excited about it.
Me too. Doug, thanks for being a guest on today's show.
Michael, thank you very much for having us.
My pleasure. You've been watching CEO Money with Michael Yorba. Thanks for joining with us. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.